everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I created this look right here using all drugstore items. So I'm really excited about this because this is my first full ever 100% drugstore tutorial. So I hope you guys are ready for this video and ready to recreate this look right here. So go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe while you're here, and continue watching. The first thing I'm going to do is my brows because I got a lot of bald spots. So I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. I've loved this thing. I talked about it in my monthly favorites. This thing is amazing. My shade is, don't know what I'm doing. My shade is in dark brunette. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start just aligning my brows with this. And I just like to take the spoolie through it as I'm using it just to help shape them, and that way nothing is too dark or too harsh. Just really light strokes, and then I just brush it out. So that is my fabulous brow using this brow pencil. So I'm going to do the other one off camera, that way this video is not forever long. Alright, so I'm going to be using the Jordana 12 hour, which mine is a little dirty. I'm going to be using the Jordana 12 hour made to last pencil, and this is just the shade in 04 Almond. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this to my lids. And blend it out. Just to kind of get rid of that discoloration and stuff on the lid. I'm not going to apply a very thick layer of this because I don't want it to crease. This is really the only thing I have in my collection that is a drugstore or primer in any way, shape, or form. So while we're using this, okay, now that that is down and I've like stretched my entire face out, I'm gonna go in with a blending brush. This is just a eBay dupe for the MAC 217. I'm gonna go in with Wet n Wild's Creme Brulee. I'm just going to apply this all over both lids. So I don't really know what I'm doing today with my makeup, so I'm just gonna be winging it, y'all. So I'm gonna go in with that same dupe 217 brush. I'm gonna go in with Milani's Mandarin, and this is a pretty like orange type of color. I'm gonna put this right in the crease, or above the crease I should say. Basically, I'm going to use this as my transition shade. I'll zoom you guys in. Might actually be able to see what I'm doing a little bit better. Zoom you in. So yeah, just putting this basically like in the crease, above the crease. I'm going to take this smaller kind of creased brush. This is a Coastal Scents BRCN08. I don't know exactly what that is, but I know it's a crease brush. And I'm going to be going in with Milani's Bella Cappuccino, and this is what it looks like. And I'm just going to go into the crease again, just building these colors up. And these are all like satin matte finishes. Next, I am going to take Wet n Wild's Nutty, and I am going to place this all over the lid. So then I'm going to take the small blending brush that we applied cappuccino with, and I'm going to go into the Milani eyeshadow in Espresso. This is the Bella collection also. I'm just going to take a little dab of the brush, just the little kind of corner of it, and put this in the outer corner. Just to darken up this little outside part. Next, I'm going to go in and I'm going to tight line or put everything in the water lines. I'm going to be using the Rimmel Scandalized in black. So I'm just going to put this on my lash line. So after you've already applied your eyeliner, you know, if you want to do like I did on the top line and the bottom, you can. You don't have to. You can just do on the bottom, whatever you prefer. So now I'm going to use my eyelash curlers and curl these stick straight lashes. So after your lashes are curled, it's time for mascara, and I'm going to be using the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. So after our mascara is all on and done, we are going to go back into that nutty shade that we put all over the lid, and we're going to use a small brush. You can use a smudger brush, which is preferably for this, but this is just a Flower Cosmetics concealer brush, and it's the only brush I have clean right at the moment that is small enough. So I'm just going to take the side of the brush and go right into this product, and I'm just going to run this along the lower lash line. So that right there completes our eye look. So now I'm going to move on to the rest of my face. So I'm going to be using the Maybelline Dream Velvet Foundation. This is the matte hydrating one. One thing I have noticed with this foundation, it does separate and tend to get a little like funky consistency. So I like to shake it up and like kind of squish the packaging around a little bit, and just to kind of help kind of mix it back together. And I'm just going to squirt this on the back of my hand. So that right there, which is quite a bit, I probably got way too much, but oh well. The shade I'm in is 15 Ivory, just in case you were wondering. And I'm going to be using a flat paddle foundation brush. This is the brush that I like to use with this. I haven't really found any other brush. I don't like it with a sponge. I don't really like it with a flat top kabuki brush. This is my favorite way of applying this. I'm not applying any primer or anything like that because I have ran out of all of my drugstore primers, so I'm doing a full drugstore tutorial, so here we go. And I don't always wear primer, so you know, you don't always have to wear primer. And this is a It Cosmetics brush, just in case you were wondering. It comes in a set. I love getting the It Cosmetic brush sets because they are just like such good deals, and their brushes are truly amazing. So I'm gonna try to kind of cover up that pimple, or it's not really a pimple, it's just like a big dry patch. Like my skin like freaked plumb out, and I don't know, started going like full on crust mode with my skin. So this isn't probably the best foundation to be using, but it's the only drugstore foundation I have. I truly believe the drugstore has good foundations, but I just haven't repurchased any of my favorites. The what is it? The CoverGirl 3-in-1 is friggin' fabulous, guys. So if you haven't tried it, you need to. It's been out forever, but it works. This does give a really nice finish though, really nice matte finish, so I go for more of a matte finish during the summertime versus winter, but we gotta work with what we got. Alright, I cannot believe I used that much foundation on my face, but I had to. Still have a little bit left over. It actually covered really well, concealed my areas of discoloration and like kind of redness like areas. So pretty good job for the foundation. And now I'm going to use, this is my own little version of setting spray. All this is water and witch hazel. So I am going to include it in here because you can easily make this at home. I mean, literally a cap full of witch hazel and a full, like 4 ounce to 3 ounce bottle. And there you go. So I'm going to shake mine up, and I'm going to go ahead and spray this to kind of, I don't know, melt this all together. So I'm gonna go in with this duo right here from e.l.f. and this is the St. Lucius duo. So it has this bronzer and this like peachy blush. I'm just gonna use the bronzer on this side. I'm going to go in with this It Cosmetics kind of like sculpting brush. So I'm going to go right here into this bronzer and use this on my face. Whoa. Literally is blended. Like, that is crazy. Alright, so I've got some on the brush and I'm going to do the side of my nose, but I'm actually going to pat it off on the back of my hand because I don't want to be going a little overboard with the bronzer. Doing the same thing for the other side. I'm contouring my nose out. The blush that I'm going to be using is the Physicians Formula. This is their Mosaic blush, and this is in Blushing Peach. I absolutely love this blush. It's a kind of a matte blush. It's not really shimmery. It has a semi-shimmer, but not really. It's basically a matte. Like, it really doesn't have any like shimmer at all. So I'm going to be using the Real Techniques 300 brush. This is a total knockoff off eBay. I am doing a video on these. Already done it. It should be up by the time this video comes up. So if you guys want to check out the knockoffs of the Real Techniques compared to the real ones, you should go check out that video because I show them side by side in use, so you can figure out for yourself which brush is better. So anyways, back to this. I also have a, well, I ain't gonna talk all about that, but I have a video on this blush too, first impressions. So I'm just gonna go into this blush and start applying. For highlighter, I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula Waikiki Strip, and this is the Peachy Glow Bronzer, which obviously is not a bronzer. So, not the biggest fan of this, and I've only used it a couple of times. I have another one, and I just find they have a lot of shimmer, so I'm going to try it again. I'm going to be using the Real Techniques 100 brush. This is the real brush, so yeah, I'm going to be using this one, guys, and I'm just going to go in to these like bottom 3 shades right here, and I'm just going to run this brush over them. Oh, can you even see the product on there? I don't know. So I'm just going to use this as my highlight and go up. I look like a bronzed goddess right now, y'all. Okay. So, I don't know, that doesn't look too bad. So, I'm going to go into it again and do the other side of my face. Maybe it was the brush I was using. I don't know. I don't know, it doesn't look bad. Tap my nose a little bit. I'm gonna take my finger and just run across these 3 shades, get a little bit on my finger, and do my Cupid's bow. So, I don't know, I'm actually kind of liking the highlights. I think it maybe was my brush that I used last time. I don't know. But I'm liking it. That's pretty much everything except for the lips, and I don't know what lip color I'm going to use with this. So I'm going to go in with NYX Peekaboo Natural, and I'm going to line my lips. I'm leaving like the center alone. And I'm going to go in with Wet n Wild, not Wet n Wild, this is not Wet n Wild. I'm going to be going in with Maybelline's Blushing Palette. So this is on me, it's like a pale pink. Alright guys, so with the lipstick applied, that is the end of this Drugstore makeup tutorial. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. So until next time, bye guys.